Oh, welcome to the podcast. Today, we aren't going to be too heavy into it. We're just going to talk about a few things, mainly about Sega and their current plans on life. Today, I'd like to introduce Darkwave, the other Sega fan in the chat. Besides just my,
Unfortunately,
yes, we are unfortunately burdened by being fans of Sega. It just so happens that I also am a fan of Nintendo, so I at least have a counterbalance. At least I can say Nintendo's consistent. But what was I? It's just weird. But yes, how are you doing today, Darkwave?
I'm peachy, sir.
Same here, same here. Um, have you been looking up what Sega's been doing recently?
Looking up? No. Sing? Yes.
Yes, like you've been seeing. Have you got their last couple games?
I mean, have I bought them or have I seen?
Bought or seen? Either
I
or.
have Sonic Generations.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what?
About it.
Did you play it and beat it yet?
No, I didn't beat Shadow Story yet. I need to go back to it, but
Yeah, you need
it's
to.
part of the backlog.
Yeah, I actually had quite a backlog of games myself. But legitimately, right? So far, we're getting Virtual Fighter 5 or Virtual Fighter 6 finally. You know, if you're a Virtual Fighter fan, you've been like, why are we getting 5 again? We got that Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which looks actually pretty good. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is a day one purchase because you know I'm a Yakuza fan. And then we're also getting the Demon Slayer, part 2 to Demon Slayer. And then again, I've even said this, their Sonic X Shadow Generations is actually really vicious. They could have just made a whole game, but granted,
I mean, I don't even have that much content for a whole game.
yes, he does.
We
both
try to
do.
forget Shadow. We're trying to forget Sonic 06, man. Come on, please.
I mean, he has a level from Whole 6 on there.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, the level. The messed up part is there's a level that he shouldn't have. It's from Sonic Frontiers because he wasn't there. Oh no, I'm not joking. He has a level from Sonic Frontiers. It's almost like, how do you have, considering where this game is in the timeline, how do you have a level that didn't happen yet?
That is a very good question, actually.
Yeah, how do you have a level?
He's not even in Frontiers, right?
No, he's not in Frontiers. So how do you have a level, a cyberspace level, by the way, that is in cyberspace that wasn't even remotely built yet? Because what's her name doesn't exist yet.
Who knows, man? I am the lore expert, so when I get back to the game, I will let y'all know.
Yeah,
you may have forgot some things, John. Man, wow, man, you may have forgot some things.
Like what?
I don't know. You might have forgot some details maybe in the game. Who the fuck knows? I don't goddamn know.
Okay. We got, and it's confusing because they're also releasing a new Shinobi game, a new Streets of Rage game, where I was just like baffled. I was like, Streets of Rage 4. And then I was even more baffled that after that they're releasing Crazy Taxi. I don't know what else they're gonna release, and I'm confused. I was like, hey, yo, is Sega releasing straight good games back to back right now?
It would be a first time in a long while, I'll tell you that. First time in a long, long while for Sega.
Yeah, because the record is usually a horrible Sonic games, a horrible other game, and then a random good game, and then the rest would be terrible.
Yeah. The typical Sega way.
The typical freaking Sega way. But the fact that they decided to give us a Shinobi game is the one that actually got me messed up.
Yeah, and it looks good too. It looks so good.
Oh yeah, it's the same people who worked on Streets of Rage 4. So that makes it even funnier.
I was like, oh, this looks fucking good.
Yeah, it looks fire. And it kind of, I don't even know what to say. It kind of is confusing because even going back to the list of games, let me go back to their list of Sega video games. This list is the most inconsistent piece of crap I've seen in my life. But it's right after Sonic Frontiers, we got Origins. And you know, Origins is notoriously worst versions of all the games. Then you got, Endless Dungeon, Football Manager, because I didn't know Sega owned that. You got The Man Who Erased His Name, which is a good game. Samba de Amigo, which I don't know anybody who played that. Origins Plus, because why did you make another version of Origins? Sonic Superstars, which is average at best. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is deeply confusing, thinking that was going to be a rare game and it was just a point-and-click adventure, because we need a point-and-click game novel for Sonic the Hedgehog of all the characters in the world to give that to. And you got Demon Slayer, the Mario Party fake game, and that's notoriously a shit game. You get Infinite Wealth and Shadow Generations. You're like, oh, wow.
Shadow being the best thing to come out for Sonic is kind of hilarious.
I kind of also wish they also added levels to Sonic and Shadow Generations. It feels a little short. You know what I mean?
But it's literally just a remake. The added levels is Shadow. It's just a remake.
Yeah, that is true. But even after beating his strength, it still just feels short. I was like, yo, this could be longer.
Well, he doesn't have much as far as games. And they're focusing on the game. So if you think about it, he's only in Adventure 2, Heroes, 06.
Forces.
Well, yeah. But he doesn't really have much of a full length of a game catalog to throw in there. As a full length game.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Anyway, he doesn't have much of a full length game to put in there.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
He does not have a full length game. Fuck.
They could have put one or two of those levels in there.
No.
But they put 06 levels in there. They gave him a Heroes, 06, Adventure, and
because Shadow Hedgehog is fucking annoying. Fuck Shadow Hedgehog, man. 10 fucking endings, bro. And I did all of them.
I did
to get
too.
to the actual true ending.
Yeah, borrowed your copy of the game and completed all of them.
Garbage
and
ass fuck.
Regretted every bit of that. Holy shit, that was funny. And I came back to school. I remember I came back to school and you were just like, dude, how did you think? I was like, it was fucking annoying to get through all of that shit.
Just absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah, that was it wasn't good, but it just brings me back to it's just like why do we both put up with Sega for so much of their oh yeah, they're also making a Jet Set Radio Future game. And I was just like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh no. So you bring back some of your other franchises, like another Phantasy Star RPG, not the MMO, the RPG, and someone help not make another Sega Shenmue game. Just shut it down. No one cares about Shenmue.
Sega Dreamcast 2, and I'll be happy.
Do you really think a Sega Dreamcast 2 would be good nowadays in today's market?
Good. It very much well could.
I mean, yeah, it was beyond its time back in the day, but I feel like it would not. I don't feel like it would do too good.
Oh, every time I cop a lot because Sony's up their ass right now.
Yeah, that is true.
Exactly. What is it? And when Sony's up their ass, it's the perfect time.
There's that, and for me, I feel as though what Nintendo could do, because they already got a Sega Genesis emulator on the Switch. they could add the other consoles. I'm still confused why they only have the Genesis. I was like, you have multiple. Sega also has multiple consoles, but Nintendo's doing the same thing with their 64 and their Super Nintendo and their Nintendo stuff. I was like, dog, you have like 10 games on each of these. You have millions of games for both of these consoles. Also, why not add the GameCube and the Dreamcast to that? For a fact the Dreamcast would get a lot of people to buy Nintendo Online Plus expansion off of just the Dreamcast alone. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Give us Phantasy Star Online 1. I actually love that.
I know they did that, like you said, they did the Sega Classic.
Mm-hmm.
They should do the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast Classic would probably sell like hotcakes. I mean, you throw Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Power Stone 1 and 2, Soul Calibur 2, or Soul Calibur 1 and 2. Wait. No, Soul Calibur 1, because 2, I don't think 2 was on there. Soul Calibur 1. What else? Crazy Taxi.
Crazy motherfucking Taxi.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet
Grind Radio, whichever you prefer.
No, Grind was... Wait, which one was the one that was on Xbox? It said Jet Set Radio Future. Yeah. So it'd have to be Jet Grind.
Fantasy Star. Well, you can't really do Fantasy Star Online. You could, but you can't. Not with a Dreamcast Classic. There's a lot that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
I think a Dreamcast Classic would have been easy money. Easy money for them.
Yeah, instead they keep going, let's add maps to Mario Kart. I'm like, while that is fun and all, you guys need to chill.
We need to shit about fucking Mario Kart, man.
I mean, obviously Sega does.
We are in 2020. I don't give a shit about Mario Kart.
Sega does, because they keep copying them.
Well, Sonic Racing has been a while forever. I mean, it's nothing new.
It's literally just Mario Kart, but with Sega characters.
Yeah, but I'm saying they've been around forever. It's not like this is a brand new venture. Yeah, it's copying Mario Kart, but I mean, everyone's copying Mario Kart.
Name one.
Crash Bandicoot Nitro, the Crash Bandicoot Racing many years ago. I mean,
yeah, I was.
Any game that comes out with a kart game is basically copying Mario Kart.
I mean, that happens quite often. Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it as long as they do it good. Copying does not mean it's bad.
Yeah, like every game is copying Souls games recently. That is actually kind of bugging me.
Well, that's a whole another can of worms, man.
Yeah. What would you say if Sega was to come out with like a Souls-like game? What would you say to that?
I mean, if it's good, fine. I mean, that's my whole thing. It's about being good. It's not whether or not it's not about if we're getting them. Yeah, I think it's too much of them. And action games, I think, are more needed, like the typical, which we're seeing like we're getting more of, thank Christ. But, I mean, if Sega came out with random Souls game, like whatever, Souls like, if it's good, it's good. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else I can't say, I don't want it to happen.
Yeah, as long as it's not Lords of the Fallen.
I mean, as long as it's good. You know, I like I said, I do think we're getting too many Souls likes. I think a lot of people should just stay away from Souls likes. Maybe do something else.
Yeah, that new Tyson Eaton game, while it looked exciting, the combat looked great. The very second I saw the gameplay overview, and
wasn't that the Devil May Cry looking one?
Yeah, and then I saw a bonfire, and she said, and then it said rest and restore and blah blah blah, and I was like, guarantee that it restores the enemies in the map.
Well, that's not really. See, I don't really care about that because, see, when I look at Souls, like I'm looking more at combat. The checkpoint, that's just a checkpoint. That's just another form of a checkpoint.
Yeah. That
Stellar Blade did.
Oh yeah, it did do that.
So and that's not. That isn't what I consider. A Souls like. That's just another form of a fucking checkpoint. Because even Black Myth Wukong had that.
Yeah, I forgot.
So it's more about the gameplay, and that game moves like Devil May Cry, like Bayonetta. So, like Ninja Gaiden, it's an action game. It just has a bonfire system as a checkpoint.
Mm.
It's probably your level up place or something. I don't know. It's fine to me. Again, it's about the gameplay and what the choices are. Like first Berserker Kazan, that's a Souls like.
Oh, that
Or
definitely is. I played the demo.
or if you want to be more technical, it's a Neo like really. Um,
Yeah, I played that demo. I was like, oh, nah, I'm good.
oh, that
Nah,
was great. I loved it. I'm
yeah.
actually gonna pick that game up over I Limit first.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives me Neo vibes. Because basically that's all it is Neo. Um,
I'm gonna rent that joint.
so
AI limit. I'm actually gonna purchase. I actually was enjoying.
it was like $40. It's not even
Yeah.
$40. It's like $30. So
What, both Berserker?
no,
Yeah,
I Limit.
Berserker. Oh yeah, Unlimited is cheaper.
I Limit is literally $35,
Yeah. So I'm gonna
which
try that one
shocked
out.
the hell out of me.
Yeah. I can't wait till that drink come out. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Seems it's cheaper. It's not going to be too expensive, and it looks interesting. And in the grand scheme of things,
Mm-hmm.
Berserker Kazan, I was like, this is also interesting, but I'm not just about to purchase everything that come out. So I'm gonna be renting a lot of them with GameFly. I wish I was sponsored by GameFly, but yes, but I cannot.
Wait, is that like a cheap plug to get sponsored, sir?
Hopefully, one day.
Not happening.
Um, moving on. Uh, so have you heard about what happened with Multiverses and Suicide Squad?
Both of them are pretty much done.
They're both been shutting down.
Multiverse has been shut down completely, and Suicide Squad is just not getting more updates.
Yeah, essentially, you're not going to be able to do certain things in Suicide Squad
No, you can
anymore.
play Suicide Squad still. You just can't. They just don't expect new character. Like Deathstroke is it for them.
Yeah, they ended the story with it. But essentially, there's 2 live service games shutting down again.
Because no one knows how to do live service correctly. We've been over
What
this before.
what the hell happened, bro?
Because the problem with live service games,
Mm-hmm.
their games are very repetitive. They come in and they advertise you with play with friends, or they'll show you characters that you may know in case like Suicide Squad. But when you play it for about 3 hours and you've done everything in the game. Rinse, repeat. Go here. Rinse. It's the same shit. So when you have these open world games or these live service games doing the exact same shit, I mean, what do you expect? What can you expect?
For them to make sense of anything, besides just doing the same things over and over again.
That's the thing. They don't know how, sir.
That's the part that
It's all about because it's a gimmick with them. The live service is a gimmick. The game itself, though, is boring as all shit because it's literally rinse, repeat. They put like 4 games. We'll use Anthem, for example. They have like 4 basic modes. You have your defense, your attack, your defense, and something else. We'll use those 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cycled throughout the entire game, just with a different location and maybe slightly different enemies. It's fine the first hour. It may be fine for the first 2. Hour 3, hour 4, you're tired of this shit. It's the same shit. And then the live servers come out, and you're getting characters like Mr. Freeze. No one gives a shit about that. Joker. And you're getting these characters to do what? The same shit you just did with 4 other characters. They're repetitive as fuck. There's no intrigue. There's 0 intrigue. Hold this position down. Survive this amount of time. Chase down this person. It's the same shit. That's why Gotham Knights failed. It's the same shit.
Yeah,
the open world aspect is great, but when you do the same shit for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, at some point you get tired.
Hey, but at least with Gotham Knights, they had the common sense to turn off the live service parts and just make it a looter fighter or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
What, for Suicide Squad?
No, for Gotham Knights.
Yeah, but it was still boring because by the time you get to that point, you've hoarded the game out and you're bored.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand why the Arkham game succeeded. It was a story game.
Yeah.
You're just playing through stages. There's no go out here and grind for hours to get this one fucking this one piece of loot.
True.
You know, it's not go out here and grab this like one fucking fight these enemies because you need this legendary chest piece. You gotta worry about that. In Arkham Knight, it's play the game, see the story, fight the enemies. Yeah, you do some little upgrades, but that's just part of the game. It's not grinding. You're just playing the game. You know, and then eventually it ends, and then you can move on. Yeah, I don't know why Rockstar did the Suicide Squad. What they should have been the ones to do the so-called Gotham Knights. You already basically had that shit set up with the end of Arkham Knight. But
like, hey, they decided that's what they wanted to do, and they split the teams into two different joints, and one was Gotham Knights, and one was Kill the Suicide Squad, for it to all end up exactly not what the title says, and everyone ends up being cloned. Spoiler alert! And freaking Deathstroke killed 95% of the he killed 95% of the Brainiacs by himself. So it was pointless to just be like, hey, you're gonna fight multiple Brainiacs in this series. And you're like, yo, what? And then it's literally a repeat boss fight. And I'm like, what are you trying to MMO it right now? This ain't an MMO. This is a regular basic looter shooter in which you added characters that some of it didn't make any sense, like Mrs. Freeze. You know, you could have got the actual Mrs. Freeze, which is Nora, which is some Elseworld stories where she is Mr. Freeze essentially, and Victor Freeze is in the fucking in the capsule. Like, you could have did that. That Joker was terrible. Deadshot's daughter was terrible, and then they were tricking Deathstroke, the character that everybody wanted. But by that time, it was already too late. And I don't get it. Like, it's like these games don't learn from each other. These companies don't learn at all about what's happening with each other. And it's, oh, we're gonna do it. We're probably gonna do it better. And then in 14 days they go, we have to unfortunately cancel the game now. The servers will be shutting down, even though it's only been 2 days after the game released. We do apologize and thank you for taking the journey with us. Concord.
For Concord.
Yeah, Concord is one of those you brought it on yourself, and that was one of those games where while I was just like, I feel sad for it. Sony needed that to happen. They really did. They really needed that to actually happen to them, because if it didn't, it would have turned into a bigger disaster, kind of like the disaster that's currently happening. I don't know if you know, they want to make Grand Theft Auto $100, and that would change the games to $100 per game.
Yeah, I'm not. I listen. That will backfire, not for GTA, because people will buy it.
Oh yeah.
I think they shouldn't buy it if it's $100 because that's going to set a industry standard. But also don't think that will last very long because half of these games aren't even worth $70. So I think people, if GTA 6 is $100, base version, by the way.
Yeah.
I think we need to speak with our wallets and not support that garbage. GTA 6 is no different than GTA 5. GTA 6 will be no different than Grand Theft Auto 4. It'll be no different than fucking Grand Theft Auto 3. The GTA is a great game, don't get me wrong, but the core essence of it is all the same.
Yeah.
Different character, different story, sure, but the essence of it is all the same. Yeah, you get little new features here and there, but realistically, let's be real, it's the same fucking game. So for anyone who pays $100 for Grand Theft Auto, it's fucking retarded. There'll be no different than playing 6 than playing 5. None. Except insert new female tune and insert multiple different NPCs in a new city.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to chase down cars. I'm still going to fucking rob whatever I need to rob. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do everything I've been doing in all these other games. The
Mm-hmm.
same shit. I'll still go pick up a fucking prostitute and do whatever it needs to be done. I mean, it's the same shit. This shit's been happening since Grand Theft Auto 3. Again,
Yeah.
not saying the games are bad. They're all good games and they've gotten better because of the features they added. But the quality, the actual aspects of the games are the same. So what the fuck we spend $100 for?
I don't know. It was they spent $100, and I was like thinking, I was like, so why would we spend $100 on a game like say they came out with a Tetris? Oh, this is our newest update to Tetris. $100, please. I wonder how mad they'll get if no one buys it, or if they don't make their profit margins, especially if games are $100. I feel like it's going to set a new precedent. Like, can you imagine if a Nintendo game came out and it was $100? I'd be confused.
Oh,
Everybody
they'll
would be
try it with Zelda. That'd be the first one they try too.
yeah, yeah. I feel like they would try that with Zelda, but it'll also be very dumb of them to be like, it's $100 for this new Legends of Zelda game,
And even
and
that's not worth $100.
it's not.
No game
Breath,
is worth $100.
there is no $100 game. There's $100 editions, and I get it. There's a special edition that comes with extra shit, and I'm not gonna lie, I buy some of those. If Metal Gear, didn't come with shit that already should have been in the game, I mean, yeah, I would have bought that, but I'm not going to do that. And when I actually speak with that with my wallet and just be like, chill. But like Metal Gear, you got freaking. In fact, let me put it like this: the only games that I actively will get the highest edition for is a Souls game from software, and it is the Tekken, because I fucking love Tekken. Those are literally the only two games that I will buy the highest editions for. Legitimately.
Yeah, I mean that's fine if you're buying special editions that cost you're getting something, whether it be the DLC that's coming out eventually anyway, a statue or
Mm-hmm.
something, you're getting something else. But $100 as a base game, meaning
Mm-hmm.
just a game,
No.
$100 is fucking stupid.
Yeah, the game better be
No,
long.
no game deserves to be $100. Not even something like Elden Ring.
No.
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 Again, you make games $100. What are we making $100 for? Fucking graphics? Are we worried about graphics? And
Yeah,
I mean,
we better not be, but yeah,
like, don't
I
get me
bought the
wrong,
highest version of Elden Ring, so I have all the shit that came with it. But
and that's fine. That's fine because the statue by itself will probably cost $30 to $40 anyway.
yeah,
Elden Ring was $60, so that's $90. You can probably pay in something else for $10. So I mean, that's fine. But those are additions. We're
yeah,
talking about base, no game. I don't even think games should be $70 because half of them don't even deserve to be $70.
no, a lot of them should not be $70.
Elden Ring is $60, and how many games is really even better than Elden Ring? I mean, it's
Not a lot.
exactly that same as $60. Suicide Squad was $70 fucking dollars. What the fuck happened to that? Right there on PS Plus, and then shut down in less than a year, or at least no more content updates in less than a year.
Yeah, there's that. There's of course Concord, which failed miserably. There's so many live service games that we can just be like, yo, why?
And see, here's a interesting tidbit about this $100 game thing. The more games, if let's just say that becomes a standard,
Mm-hmm.
once again, I can foresee gacha games becoming even bigger.
Uh-oh.
Why is that? Because they're free, and if they're good, you can choose whether to spend money or not.
Marvel Rivals is a prime example of that.
Marvel Rivals, random gacha game. I mean, the top three gacha games right now, top four. No, fuck Genshin. We're not even gonna say the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, and ZZZ, all great games, and you
Mm-hmm.
can play them completely for free. You can earn the currency completely for free as long as you do the events. And at the end of the day, if you choose to put money into it, that is your choice. But guess what? You do it when you want.
Mm-hmm.
Not spending, and then on top of that, you know these games are going. And see, that's the funniest thing. It's funny how these gotcha games are technically live service. They continue to add story and they continue to add characters. It's funny how those games last longer than something like Suicide Squad. Now I could. It's obvious why you have these things called waifus and husbandos that people love to roll for.
Yeah.
But not saying gotcha games don't shut down. They do, but they last longer than fucking what the fuck Suicide Squad did.
Yeah. A lot of them last longer. And again, like you said, like a lot of the live service has been coming out recently. Gotcha games that come out recently last longer simply because they give a value. And like you said, it allows people to just pay when they feel like it. I don't have to pay for nothing if I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, Marvel Rivals is a perfect example of a good live service game. I literally don't have to spend a single dime to get a full value for that game. But I've decided to do that for the season passes and some of the costumes with some of the characters that I use. I didn't spend too much, but I spent some money on it.
I spent 99 cents because I didn't feel like waiting to get to that last part of Battle Pass to get Psylocke skin. I don't really buy skin, so I don't really care. But
yeah, that Psylocke skin and that what's his name skin is vicious. Winter Soldier, those outfits are cool. You know, and they keep doing that. It's going to be amazing for what they do. With they have an expansive amount of character costumes they can give the characters, and people will purchase them because the game is a good game from jump. It sounded like the Avengers, where the Avengers was terrible, and it decided it's also a live service game, and let's pay $20 for costumes. No, no, no. They literally made the game free and said, "Do you want these? You can have them if you want. Other than that, we're going to leave you the hell alone."
give me 1 second. What the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Say that again.
No, I was just saying. At least it's not like these other games where, like Avengers or Anthem, where the live service stuff was just expensive as fuck. And a lot of these live service don't remember that it's make a good game first, and then people will pay for shit. You don't.
Yeah,
You don't
I
do the
mean
same
these
things.
live service games are just they're boring. Like they're boring. They don't add characters you may not want. They are nothing more but a cheap co-op thrill for about 10 minutes. And then after you play it for about an hour, you're done.
Exactly.
And at that point, there's just nothing. There's just nothing else there. Nothing.
You're freaking bored out of your mind, under your skull, and you're just like, yo, I don't have to do anything else. All these missions, this game is boring. This game has nothing for me. Versus, again, and I hate to keep bringing this up, Marvel Rivals. I can't state how good the game is prior to me even making a. I wouldn't, if the game was terrible, I wouldn't make a purchase. I wouldn't have even touched it. Overwatch is literally Overwatch. I haven't spent a dime on Overwatch since it first came out.
Well, Overwatch is. I mean, have I put money in Overwatch? I don't know if I ever put money in Overwatch because we had loot boxes. I didn't.
Yeah, I had hundreds
of
loot boxes, and I just opened up all of them one point and got what I needed.
I think Overwatch is a interesting game nowadays. I don't play it because there's no need, but they are trying to change stuff, which is fine. And it's good because, as I always say, competition breeds. It makes devs actually try.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I saw that, and I did see that, and I did see that they were adding perks, but at the end of the day, I was just like, why would I even go back to that? I'm still playing Marvel Rivals. I'm still more interested in that.
I might download on my Xbox and try the new crossbow character. But I mean, I don't hate Overwatch. It was just that you're not doing what I wanted,
Yeah, I
and
got boring. I got
I was
bored.
playing Marvel Rivals, and Marvel Rivals is enough for me.
Yeah, for me as well. And then my cousin literally downloaded. He was like, you know what, this game makes me want to try Overwatch. I said, okay. He cut on Overwatch and then realized that all the other characters are locked, and then said, okay, I'm gonna cut this back off.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot they did that shit. I forgot they locked characters.
Yeah, and at that point he was just like, yeah, okay, because he's not paying to unlock all the characters. That's nonsense. That's still nonsense to me. But yeah, literally. Oh, do you want to know how Marvel Rivals even got ahead? Remember when Sony was like, "This is how you share games," just to get back at Xbox, and they had the two-step video.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals. Remember their release commercial trailer was, "You will have all characters day one. You will not have to pay for any characters." That's literally what they did. 35 characters are at launch. More to come. You will not have to pay for characters.
As they should.
And you're like, wait, what? And they literally said the only thing you're paying for is outfits and costumes, but even then, it doesn't really matter. We're still making the game first and doing balance changes and all that good shit if the game needs it. And you're like, oh shit.
Characters first. If you, like you said, man, you give a good product, you win the people's trust, you'll get the money. It's like you said earlier. If you make a good game, people will support your game tenfold because they'll see why not.
Yeah, they were like, hey man, I didn't spend no money on this. I can throw them here. I can throw them $20 here, $10 there. Oh, I like this outfit. Let me give them $100 just so I can get all the outfits in this pack over here. Let me do this, let me do that. You'll get money. It's easier that way, Instead, if we get something like freaking Avengers is the best example, actually. When Avengers first came out, they was like, hey, here's this outfit joint. Here's how you unlock these extra characters. Here's how you get this outfit. You have to pay for this, to pay for that. It's this, you have to grind for this, grind for that. And you're like, I ain't grind for this. And then the funny thing is, those same people made the Suicide Squad game, which you can just unlock all the outfits in the game. You didn't have to pay a dime for any of those.
What, in Suicide Squad?
Yep. No, not Suicide Squad. Guardians of the Galaxy. I said that wrong.
Oh. I never played that game.
Oh, that game is actually pretty good. Only negative I have is
I was like, whatever.
Yeah. But
I didn't use Star-Lord. I don't really care for Star-Lord, so.
Yeah, it's fine. But at least the game is good. And if you're like, hey, I don't like this outfit, when you unlock or find outfits throughout the game. So you'd be like, oh, I don't like this outfit. I like this outfit for Star-Lord. Boom, he's in the outfit. Even in the cutscenes, he's in that same outfit that you put him in.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why they only made it to you can use. I wonder why they only made it to where you have to use Star-Lord.
Originally, because that's the same team that made Avengers. Originally, they was going to be like that. It's going to be just like the Avengers. But then they decided to cut back and strip out a lot of stuff, including multiplayer. So they wanted to make it a narrative story. And while it is a good game, it didn't sell well. But to me, Guardians of the Galaxy is a damn good game. Even though the fact that, yes, it does get a little stupid that you're only using Star-Lord. And he is using the elemental guns. So the different parts of the weapon is being used properly. Which, even in the Marvel Rivals, he doesn't use the guns correctly because they're elemental guns. And you're like, dude, you only shoot one element. It's just regular bullets, but
right. Well, I mean, you can't expect everything, right?
Yeah. I also noticed something, and this is a small detail that I'm like, hey, they knew the assignment. Depending on your character, depending on what type of noise or outfit that you have on, depending on what type of noise they make when they're running. You ever notice that?
On Marvel Rivals?
Yeah.
I don't have many outfits, so I wouldn't know.
All right. So
I know Luna has like a different trail in her outfit. I've seen that.
Yeah. So
Uh,
so for Luna Snow, you know, ice. You hear ice if you hear her skating, right? If you use the new outfit, you hear music when you hear her skating. If
yeah.
you have Sue in her regular outfit, when she's running, you actually hear her running with like boots on, right? But if you get the new outfit, the oh my god, why did they do this to her outfit, the this girl thick outfit, you actually when she's running, it actually sounds like she's barefoot because she is barefoot essentially.
Interesting.
So like if you have Mantis in her armor, it sounds like she's running around in high tech armor. But if you put her in a regular outfit, it sounds like she's running in shoes.
Hmm.
And I was like, what kind of detail is this?
Something that probably took all but 10 minutes to do, so they did it.
I was like, hey yo, whoever paid attention to this gets top tier marks for me. Like, yo, whatever outfit somebody's wearing, you hear it. So like it also stops cam whore or people who have sound up from knowing who's around the corner. If you're just listening out for people because somebody could be wearing a completely different outfit. And you're like, oh shit, that sounds completely different. But that's just me. That was just a small thing.
It's the little
But
things that count, man.
yeah. But anywho, did you have anything else before we go? Because I gotta go to a doctor's appointment in like a couple minutes.
Not too much. Not in the gaming anyway.
Wrestling. That's the last thing I want to talk to you about. Have you been keeping up with wrestling, sir?
And of course, whether or not it shouldn't be am I keeping up with wrestling? It should be am I enthused about
Are
wrestling?
you enthused about WrestleMania, sir?
Fuck no. Shit sucks.
What is happening? Why are we doing this?
I'm
What's
bored.
going on? WrestleMania doesn't seem like it's going to be good, bro.
I
Granted,
mean,
Jey Uso versus Gunther is probably going to be the match that I'm like,
no, that's the match I don't care about the most. Who gives a shit?
why not?
Gunther's losing. Who cares?
Mm,
The match is over.
damn, son. How do you
What?
know that already?
Sir, you think they're gonna have Jey Uso lose again? He's lost 3 times, and he's gonna lose a fourth?
Yes.
Nah. Because
I
that would
mean,
be so fucking stupid and a waste of our fucking time. That would be a waste of a Royal Rumble victory, honestly.
yeah. And how did you feel about Charlotte Flair automatically coming back and winning instantaneously, like everybody predicted?
I mean, I don't like Charlotte, but I knew it was gonna happen because it's Charlotte fucking Flair.
Yeah, Galactic was getting upset. He was just like, it's not going to be Charlotte that wins. It's not going to be Charlotte that wins. I was like, dude, it's Charlotte Flair, my guy. I was like, don't be surprised if CM Punk wins the men's one. He's like, no, we don't need CM Punk to win it. No, we need CM Punk to win it, or so Sami Zayn or something like that. And sure enough, Jey Uso won it. He was like, as long as it wasn't CM Punk. He also thought that AJ Lee was going to be at the Royal Rumble.
A lot of people thought AJ Lee was gonna be at the Royal Rumble. I no longer care if she shows up at the. Oh my god, I didn't get.
But anywho, I think it's time we sign off ourselves.
Are we done with the wrestling already? Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing else to say on that. Besides, Jacob Fatu is probably the greatest thing they did so far. But they're turning him face now, which is fucking odd.
I wouldn't say he's a face yet. It's just the fans are cheering him like one.
He's turning face slowly. And it is.
No, the fans are turning him face. It's difference.
Yeah, but when he accidentally yeah, you're right. But when Solo came out and they was like, please no. I don't want another Solo versus Cody match.
I don't want that either.
Yeah. That was they need more stars.
I don't want that match at all. You can miss me on that shit 1,000%. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't give a shit.
True. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and shut this down today. We are good to go.
You couldn't pay me to care about Solo Sokoa again against Cody fucking Rhodes, bro.
At all.
I'm over capping. Correct. Did you realize that?
Lord. But okay. And then later, the next Sunday agenda is pretty much me just finish up the Darksiders 3 review, and Spirit 91's gonna. She wants to play Dark Souls again, so instead of, I guess,
Is
usually
that only a Sunday thing?
she wanted. I originally wanted it to be a Sunday, but she's like, I want to get used to the game quicker, so I guess we can play it again today. But I have to go to a doctor's appointment, so it'll be genuinely after that. So this is gonna be fun.
Just let me know. Now join the thing above our.
Of course. All right. That being said, everybody, you have a great rest of your day, and I hope that you all stub your big toes because I feel like causing chaos today. Have a good one.